Welcome to Therian Nation. On May 20th, 2017, George and I traveled to North Dakota to a small private howl. We met Wolfmage, a 40-year-old wolf therianthrope who currently works as a maintenance technician. We also met Russian, a 34-year-old wolf therianthrope who traveled from Minnesota to join us for the howl and be part of the following interview. Hi Wolfmage, hi Russian, welcome to Therian Nation, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Hi. Alright, I'll just jump right into the questions and you guys can take turns answering as you like.
Okay.
Alright, so first I would like to ask if you prefer to be called a were or a therianthrope.
Both seem to work for me.
I'm not partial either one myself. I've been called both. It's interchangeable to me.
Okay, awesome. So they mean the same thing to you?
Yes.
Right.
Alright, awesome. How long have you known that you were a Therian?
For me, it's been over 20 years. I first discovered when I was about 16 years old, so I would put it about 24 years ago.
Wow.
That's actually getting to be about 20 years for me, too.
How and where did you first find the Therian community?
Well, that was back in, I'd say when I was about 20 years old. I first got online and discovered the Therian community through Old Horror Werewolves news group.
I first got onto WereNet in November, December of 1999.
So did you know that you were a were or a Therian before finding the community online?
I did.
Yeah.
I had done a lot of soul searching, looking within and that, and it just seemed natural to me.
Yeah, same here. That's kind of why I went onto those, looking for those communities, was because I already had an idea.
Did you know of any other Therians offline in real life before meeting others on the internet?
I didn't know.
I didn't know any personally. I had always had that feeling that there were others out there.
How did you feel when you found other Therians online?
I'm rather excited, actually. You know, finding others out there that I could, you know, finding a whole community out there you could share your experiences with and learn from and grow with.
Yeah, I had been in other random chats before, but I never had a real community in the sense that we may have something in common.
So this question might be a little bit more difficult. What does it mean for you personally to be a therianthrope?
For me, it's having at least part of your spirit as an animal. That, you know, relating to an animal in that way.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Having that some sort of personal spiritual connection to an animal.
So that means that you consider yourself spiritually a Therian instead of psychologically.
Yes.
Yeah. There may be some psychological issues that come out of it, but
Okay.
spiritual mainly, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so my next question is, you mentioned there might be some psychological things because of what you are spiritually. So do you have any behavioral quirks that you think are related to being a Therian that you'd like to share?
Sometimes I make animal noises, like when I yawn or growl or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
It depends on my mood. I can get growly, like before my coffee, or in certain situations tick me off.
Yeah.
I have many personality quirks.
Okay.
I'm often, shy don't like being around new people. It takes time for me to get used to people.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of in that way,
Yeah, I understand. I'm also a little bit wary myself.
yeah.
Yeah, I get you. So because of those little quirks, does being a Therian affect your daily life at all, or very much?
I don't think it does personally. I mean, as long as we have been Therian, you know, we've discovered ourselves. We've had that much time to grow, to get used to interacting with day-to-day life.
Yeah, I've found ways to adapt to people, situations, just because of how long I've had to deal with it.
Yeah. So you both have had a long time to understand who you are as a Therian. Are you open about being Therian with friends and family?
I have been, yes.
With a few, yeah.
Okay, so how do people normally react if you try to tell them? Or have you had both negative and positive reactions? Or?
Well, because I'm usually picky about who I choose to tell, I usually just get positive or neutral reactions.
I haven't really had many negative reactions. I've had some family, you know, kind of chuckle at it, and I just left it at that.
Right. You don't push the issue.
Exactly.
Okay, good advice. You've both been around the community for quite a long time. We would definitely consider Wolfmage here a gray muzzle, I think. So can you think of any interesting Therian history facts or stories that you could share?
None immediately come to mind. I mean, I've always got stories of like past howls and adventures I've had with other Therians.
I think you shared with me earlier that you hosted a howl once. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I hosted the Illinois Howl. I forget exactly what year it was, but I know it was in Wolf Creek State Park in central Illinois. There were about 10 of us there, and we had a good time. Everything went smoothly. There was, no drama or anything. Fun time had by all.
Good. Awesome.
Yeah, I've never hosted anything, but I've actually met many other Therians from California, Illinois, pretty much a lot of places I've lived or just visited.
Awesome. Do you have any advice for younger Therians?
I would have to say one good advice I've always tried to live by is never forget who you are and where you come from. Believe in yourself, and just sometimes the answers come from within. A lot of people these days try to get validation from external sources, and that's good and all, but it can cause trouble.
Yeah, I would say be skeptical and don't just trust or follow someone for no reason.
Good answer. So do you have any hobbies or interests that you'd like to share with us?
I enjoy, camping, the outdoors, hiking. I've always liked to do a little bit of rock climbing when I can.
Awesome.
I enjoy outdoor activities, mainly hiking and camping. I'm also a math person and science person, so I always enjoy learning that stuff.
Can you tell me about the story behind your Therian name, or why you chose that name, Wolfmage and Russian?
Well, with me, when I first started on the internet, I was, trying to figure out a name to use, an online screen name, and Wolfmage is one that just popped into mind. Wolf, of course, that's obvious, but mage, because I was interested in magic and paranormal, supernatural, that kind of stuff.
When I was in high school, my nickname was Russian. It became so, so well known that I was walking home with my friend, and she turned to me and asked me what my name was on the last day of school. So everyone knew me just as Russian and not by my real name, which when I got online, people would know me by a name, but not my real name, so Russian seemed to make sense.
Thank you very much for your time, and we're actually here in North Dakota, and Wolfmage has hosted us and put us up for the night. I'd like to thank him very much for having us here, and Russian, thank you very much for traveling here to meet us to be here today.
It was a pleasure having you here.
Okay, thank you very much.
We would like to say thank you again to Wolfmage for being a wonderful host and giving us a place to stay. Without his hospitality, this would not have been possible. Thank you again to Russian for traveling to be with us for the Howl and the interview. It was a great experience to meet both of you. To our viewers, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comments, and if you like this video, you can also subscribe to see more Therianthropy related videos in the future. Thank you for watching.
Hi Wolfmage, hi Russian, welcome to Therian Nation.
Hi.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Well, I'll just jump right into the questions and you guys can take turns answering as you will.
Okay.
So first we have a dog walking through
Yeah,
the
pause.
shot.
Pause button. Hey you.
Take two.
Okay.
Hi Wolfmage, hi Russian. Thank you very much for being on the show today. Now we have a dog whining in the background. It's good. We're gonna make a blooper reel with this for sure.
Okay, continue.